There's a kind of happiness that doesn't depend on life's ups and downs, a happiness that feels steady, calm, and deep. No matter what comes our way, it's the kind of happiness that doesn't get shaken by a bad day at work, unexpected bills, or even the challenging moments with people in our lives. This is a happiness that isn't just about being in a good mood or having good luck. It's something that can last through storms, setbacks, and the twists of fate. This happiness lives within us, waiting to be discovered, and there's a clear path to finding it. Thousands of years ago, a group of wise thinkers discovered a way to live with this kind of happiness. They learned to let go of the things they couldn't control, to see challenges aside, to stay calm in the face of adversity, and to embrace life fully with all its imperfections. These thinkers were the Stoics, and their insights still resonate powerfully today in a world that's often filled with stress, uncertainty, and endless demands. Their timeless wisdom offers a way to find happiness that goes beyond momentary pleasure or fleeting joy. It offers a way to live that feels balanced, fulfilling, and unbreakable. So what's the key to this kind of happiness? It begins with a shift in perspective, a decision to live life on our own terms from the inside out, instead of letting external circumstances dictate how we feel. Stoic wisdom teaches us that we don't need to be ruled by every little setback or piece of bad news. We don't have to be overwhelmed by the actions or opinions of others. Instead, we can choose to stay focused on our own values, our own purpose, and the things that truly matter to us in doing. So we become resilient, calm, and yes, genuinely happy. What's even more inspiring is that this happiness isn't reserved for the lucky few. It doesn't require special skills, wealth, or status. It's something we can all cultivate with simple, consistent actions. And it begins with understanding a few core principles. That the Stoics lived by. These principles are practical, straightforward, and relevant for any own, whether dealing with daily stresses or life's biggest challenges. Each one of these principles offers a stepping stone toward living a life filled with joy, purpose, and lasting content. One of the most powerful lessons the Stoics taught was that we only have control over our own choice, thoughts, and actions. So much of our unhappiness comes from trying to control things that are beyond our reach. Other people's opinions, unexpected changes, even the passage of time. The Stoics remind us that the only things we truly control are our own attitudes and responses. By focusing on what we can control, we free ourselves from the frustration and disappointment that come from chasing after things we were never meant to command. Instead, we reclaim our energy, putting it where it matters most, into living with purpose, integrity, and peace. Another lesson centers on the power of perception. The Stoics understood that our experience of life is shaped not so much by what happens to us, but by how we interpret it. It's as each event in life is a blank canvas, and we get to decide what picture we'll paint on it. Will a challenge be something that pulls us down, or will we view it as an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more compassionate, learning to see things from a positive and constructive perspective? We gain a new sense of control over our happiness. Obstacles no longer seem like barriers, but become stepping stones on the path to becoming our best selves. Then there's the lesson of self-restraint, the quiet yet powerful ability to pause before reacting. It's so easy to be swept away by our emotions, situations. But the Stoics believed that true strength comes from being able to step back and choose our response. With self-restraint, we find freedom from the habits and impulses that often lead to regret. We gain the power to respond to life with clarity and calm, protecting our peace and building our inner strength. The Stoics also embraced adversity as a chance to grow. They understood that Life wouldn't always be easy, but they draw value in facing hardships, hidden every difficulty they believed could teach us something valuable. Each struggle could be a lesson in resilience, a reminder of our own strength, or an invitation to look at life from a new angle. By welcoming adversity, instead of fearing it, we transform challenges into opportunities for personal growth, making our happiness not just a feeling, but a state of being that's built on a solid foundation. Living in the present is another core Stoic principle, and it's one that many people find life-changing. How often do we find ourselves worrying about things that might happen, or replaying events that are already over? This constant tug-of-war between the past and the future pulls us away from the only time we truly have now. The Stoics taught that happiness is found in living fully in the present, unburdened by regrets or fears. By learning to focus on the moment at hand, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and open up space for joy, gratitude, and connection. The people we surround ourselves with also play a huge role in happiness. The Stoics were wise in choosing their friends carefully, understanding that relationships have the power to lift us up or bring us down. Spending time with those who encourage our growth, share our value veils, and bring out the best in us. We create a support system that nurtures our well-being in a world full of distractions and surface-level connections. This lesson serves as a reminder of the importance of true friendship and meaningful bonds. One of the Stoic practices that's both humbling and empowering is the reflection on mortality, or memento mori. This is the idea of remembering that life is shortened. Each moment is precious. Instead of making us anxious, this reflection brings a sense of urgency to live fully, to make each day count, and to focus on what truly matters. It's a practice that helps us let go of trivial concerns, find courage to pursue our dreams, and appreciate the people and experiences that fill our lives with meaning. In times of hardship, the Stoics found comfort in gratitude rather than seeing life's challenges as unfair burdens. They practiced looking for the silver linings. No matter how small, gratitude a tool for resilience, a way to turn adversity into an opportunity for strength. This simple act of appreciating even the difficult moments reminds us that happiness doesn't come from a life free of hardship, but from finding purpose, lessons, and growth within them. The Stoics also taught the power of detaching from material desires. In a world where happiness is often measured by possessions, they understood that true contentment comes from within. Focusing less on external things and more on our own inner resources, our character, our integrity, and our values, we find a happiness that doesn't depend on what we own, but on who we are. This kind of happiness is unshakable, a source of inner peace that remains steady regardless of external circumstances. A strong inner life is essential for lasting happiness, and the Stoics knew that this requires self-led self-control. They taught that knowing oneself, understanding our strengths, weaknesses, and values is the foundation for a meaningful life. With this self-knowledge, we can build self-control, aligning our actions with our values and creating a sense of integrity that brings deep satisfaction. Daily reflection was another practice that kept the Stoics grounded, intentional, and focused on growth. Taking a few moments each day to assess our actions, think about what went well, and consider where we can improve helps us stay aligned with our values and continuously grow. This small habit can have a profound impact, helping us live each day with purpose and clarity. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living with virtue, courage, justice, moderation, and wisdom. These four virtues served as guiding stars, helping them respond to life's challenges with integrity and compassion. By embodying these virtues in our own lives, we create a foundation for Happiness that's rooted in doing what's right, standing by our values, and treating others with respect and kindness in a world that often chases instant gratification. The Stoics remind us of the value of finding joy in the journey itself. They teach us to live each day fully, to embrace life's beauty and its challenges, and to build a happiness that endures. As we explore these Stoic lessons, we're invited to transform our lives from the inside out, to cultivate a happiness that's unbreakable, resilient, deeply fulfilling. As we step into these teachings, it becomes clear that peace and happiness come from a surprising shift in focus. A central truth that the Stoics understood is this: much of our suffering doesn't come from life itself, but from to control things that don't respond to our will. Imagine how much stress and energy we waste each day trying to change outcomes that are beyond our reach. Life can throw anything at us, from small inconveniences to major upheavals, and it's natural to feel frustrated by these disruptions. Yet there's a powerful freedom that arises when we learn to focus only on what we can influence and let go of the rest. Epictetus, one of Epictetus' Stoic thinkers, devoted his life to exploring this principle. His wisdom urges us to release our grip on what we can't control, allowing us to channel our energy toward things we can. The truth is, trying to manage everything can drain you, leaving little energy to actually enjoy the life we have imagined reaching. Fiend of a long day, only to realize you spent most of it caught up in worry, frustration, or regret about things that you could never have changed in the first place. This is where Epictetus' insight becomes invaluable, guiding us to a better use of our mental and emotional sources. He once said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." At first glance, this seems simple enough, but if we look closely, this lesson is like a key that unlocks